Welcome, ladies, degenerates, and gentlemen, back to the DeGents podcast. We are approaching week 2 of the NFL, week 3 of college. We had a big week, finally had a full slate Sunday, and it was awesome. What's up, Rich? How we doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It was great to watch NFL on Sunday again. Didn't have the worst day, 2-2 on my end on Sunday, but got absolutely obliterated on college football Saturday. So looking forward to this week. Maybe a little reset button. Find spots I really like, and I'm not going to shy away just because everyone has a bad week. And we're gonna
Yeah,
come out
I
this
mean,
week. We're gonna come out this week firing.
you got to think about it. It's week 1 for us too. This is our preseason, so we're just rounding into form.
Yeah, yeah.
I have nothing positive to say about my picks. We didn't do a college football show, but we did tweet out picks. I went 2-5 in college, and then I went 1-6-1 in the NFL. So not good, obviously. I mean, that's a given.
Yeah.
But
Couple of tough losses on your end there.
yeah, it'll happen. But still terrible. There's no denying that. Um,
Yeah.
so we're gonna run through, do a little recap. We're gonna do full NFL recap because it's week 1 and that's the main focus here. And we didn't do a college podcast, so we're gonna skim through the big games in college and then do picks for both college and NFL. Um, definitely have to mention a few things in college, starting with Notre Dame getting upset by NIU at home in a 16-14 loss. I don't know what the line was on that game, but holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head either. I think it was like high 20s, low 30s. Maybe 35 or something like that. I can pull it up real quickly. But yeah, that is an absolutely pathetic loss by Notre Dame there.
Yeah. I was
Absolutely
at
pathetic.
I was actually at work. Uh, I had a golf tournament, and then I went to work and I showed up and I think it was a tie game at the time, maybe, or a 3-point game.
Yeah.
But I was like, holy shit. And then, I mean, crazy ending. The coach for NIU was an absolute stud.
Yeah, that that
The,
dude is
the
a
interview
beast.
after was awesome.
Yeah. And like I love it because everyone from like where we're from, Massachusetts, are diehard Notre Dame fans for some reason. And I never I kind of get it just because there's a lot of Irish people coming over at start their the start of their lives in New England and whatnot. So I do get it, but I've always hated Notre Dame. And nothing brings me more joy than Notre Dame losing to Northern Illinois over the weekend. That was fantastic. I loved every
Yeah,
second of it, especially like the way it happened too. Like
yeah, it was crazy.
losing on a field goal, like at home. Like those Power Five. Those they're independent, but they're basically a Power Five school. They
Oh
pay
yeah,
those
100%.
those mid major programs to come out. They pay them money to come out to their home
Yeah, I
field
think it was what
to
1.4 million for
yeah,
them.
something like that. But and then to lose that game in front of your home
It's a
crowd,
brutal
man.
look. Yeah,
But
I'm
and
pretty
let's
I'm pretty indifferent about ND, and like I told you a million times, I don't have a college team, but it's always fun to
yeah.
see an upset.
Oh, it's fantastic, especially in college too. Like the NFL, you don't get 28-point underdog wins ever. Like you don't get 28-point
No,
underdogs. Period.
yeah,
I think the biggest I've ever seen, like the Pats, maybe got to like 20 against the Giants once or something like that a couple years ago.
we might see that
But
again against the
28
Giants
point,
this year.
yeah,
It's
those
possible.
guys
We'll
stink.
get there.
Those guys, yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome. The biggest game of the weekend, Texas Michigan, was a whomping. Texas wins it 31-12. I had told you, I didn't say it on the show, but Texas was one of my picks that I tweeted out. And I was on Michigan all week, all week, all week. And then the night before Friday night, I switched over to Texas. I was like, there's no way Michigan fucking stands a chance in this game. And I was right. Luckily, because it took me a whole week to switch to the other
Yeah,
side. Texas showed that they're a true national championship contender, without a doubt.
100%. Yep,
In the big
without a
house,
doubt. But yeah, man, Texas is a complete team. Both sides of the ball. Offensively, they can throw it, run it, despite having all these injuries in their running back room. Defensively, they're monstrous. But yeah, this Michigan team, they got to figure it out a little bit. Their quarterback stinks. We hear all this talk about Donovan Edwards coming into the season. He's one of the best backs in the college football landscape, and they give him the ball 8 times. So I mean, if Michigan's going to be successful, they got to use Donovan Edwards, who's then mixing a little bit of play action. I think their offense was. I mean, you could read it easily. I mean, third and long, they're going to throw it. Second and long, they're going to throw it. First down, they're going to run it. Like I didn't. Yeah, Michigan did not impress at all. I was
no,
worried
they
though. I
didn't.
thought their defense was going to keep them in the game. That's why when the line crept up to 7 points, I was like, I didn't take anything. More so just watching it from a fan perspective there, but it was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I was glad I was on Texas because that was one of my 3 wins all weekend, straight up. But yeah, Edwards had 8 carries for 41 yards. They really just got nothing going. Ewers 24 for 36, 246, and 3 tutties. It's just they
Kid's
they
good.
were they 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 were they were outmatched. It really wasn't a game. Um, yeah, Michigan's not what they were. They're still a solid team, but they're not. They're not what Texas is now. Texas is a national championship contending team. Um, Other news in college football, most favorites won, other than Notre Dame. Iowa did lose at home to Iowa State, 20-19 comeback. I
Yeah,
forget exactly how many points it was. What was it? Like a 13-point comeback, maybe
yeah. They
something
were
like
they were
that.
down. They were down 13-0 at halftime.
Yep.
Held Iowa to
Yeah, they
2
didn't
field
score a
goals in the
point.
second half.
Yep. 2019 win there in the
Yeah,
Cy-Hawk Bowl.
one of my few wins on Saturday was Iowa State +3.
Let's see. Penn State did have a close game against Bowling Green, but snuck out the win 34-27.
Yeah, that was sketchy.
Hughes with another win against Georgia Tech, 31-28. That one ended up being close, but Syracuse was up all game. And Georgia Tech made a late charge, but
Yeah.
held off by Hughes. Kyle McCord looks really good down there.
Oh yeah, big time.
Georgia rolls, Louisville rolls, Ole Miss rolls, Miami rolls, Bama rolls, Missouri rolls. Kansas loses to Illinois 23-17. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big one.
Yeah, that was a bad performance from Jalen Daniels there. 3 picks. Tough game for him. He'll bounce back though. We got UNLV this week.
Yeah, they'll still be okay, I think. But
Yeah.
um, I was going to mention at the Notre Dame game, it's if they win out, they should still be in the playoff, which is crazy to say now. But that's what the 12-team playoff brings you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
I mean,
see.
I think they should be automatically disqualified for losing to them, but
They won't be, though. That's the thing.
no,
If they
they won't.
go, whatever, 11-1 or 12-1 or whatever the schedule is, they'll still probably get a spot, most likely,
Mm-hmm.
um, especially now with the conference realignment.
Yeah.
Ohio State, 56-0 win against Western Michigan. That should be expected. Tennessee, that line got all the way down to 8 or 7.5, I believe, before kickoff at NC State. They won 51-10.
Yeah.
That was my other win in college football, my other and only win. This Nico kid is legit.
Yeah, no,
He didn't have the
he's
best
great.
game, but he's good shape.
Yeah, no, I mean
He went
the thing is though too. I mean, I it was the second quarter and it was a tight game, and then Grayson McCall threw that pick six, and then the doors just blew wide open on them. I just feel like
mhm.
they were losing at that point, but that just put them in a deeper hole, and like that was a tough sign for this NC State team. They just completely caved in. They completely gave up. No heart there.
Oh yeah, it was only 10-3 at that point.
Yeah,
And actually, Nico did not play as well as I thought he did. He went 16 for 23, 211, two touchdowns, two picks. But Tennessee still rolls. They're looking good.
hmm
LSU beats Nichols 44-21. Oklahoma, low scoring win, 16-12 against Houston at home. Clemson with a bounce back, 66-20 versus App State. Oregon, another close game against a good Boise State team, 37-34.
yeah.
That was a really good game.
hmm A late night action there. That was definitely a good game. I was on. Yeah, I was 3-2 through the 3:30s last weekend, and then I went 0-5 and the 7:30s and on. And Oregon was one of my plays. That was a tough one. Boise State was on back-to-back roadies, and I figured
Was that what was
Oregon
that like?
after sneaking.
What was the
What
spread
was the
like?
line?
13 and a half? Was it two
No,
touchdowns?
I think
Lower than that?
it
10,
was 16,
16. Okay.
17.
Yeah, I laid off it, but that Genty kid is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, that
25
he is
for 192 and three TD. So it's what? He's got 9 touchdowns for 2 games now. Is that right? Or is it 8?
8, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had Oregon
nine
minus
touchdowns.
19. Yeah, man,
That
Heisman watch maybe.
that kid is unbelievable. And then rounding up the top 25, Arizona with a win 22-10 and USC with a 48-0 win at Utah State. So that's the full top 25. I did skip over Kansas State and Oklahoma State. Actually,
Yeah,
Oklahoma State went to double OT. But
yeah. They were
yeah,
down early and then came back.
we didn't do a college show, so I just wanted to run through kind of a little update, big wins, big losses.
Yep.
But now let's hit the NFL. Let's hit the NFL. We'll start on Thursday. Ravens Chiefs. What a way to kick off the season, huh?
Yeah, that game was awesome.
Banger of a game. Ravens lose it. Uh, Last second chance to tie it. Isaiah
Yeah.
Likely, who balled. Mark Andrews, who?
Yeah, right. Mark Andrews, who, man? Rest in peace, Mark Andrews, fantasy owners.
Yeah, that was an awesome win, though, or an awesome game, and almost an awesome finish. Uh, Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
I
They look
st-
good.
you said almost an awesome finish. I was gonna say still an awesome finish. Like even if this touchdown was scored or not, man, like the blood was pumping. That was
Oh
that
yeah,
was that was a crazy ending.
yeah. I
And
mean, that's
it's Lamar. Lamar missed him. Lamar missed Zay Flowers in the end zone. The
yeah.
play
The play
right
before.
before, wide
Yeah.
space and open, man. Just lead him. I don't know why he expected him to stop. The defenders were on his back. Why would he stop? I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
but
but
that's what we
yeah, then
want
Isaiah,
for a
Isaiah
first game.
likely,
That had me all in.
yeah, yeah, and then
If I
that
wasn't
leads
already
into Friday
before.
night. That was a great game too.
Yeah, I had a couple things on Thursday though. We talked a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
about the young O line. I thought they played really well against a good Chiefs defense, who I think are better possibly on both sides of the ball this year.
hmm
I thought the O line played really well. I thought it was kind of weird that whenever Derrick Henry was in the game, it was too predictable
yeah,
almost.
yeah, for
Justice
sure.
Hill had a good game in the receiving game. And then lastly, the Rashi Rice Xavier Worthy combo. is going to be a problem this year. Worthy had the end around for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Rashi Rice had a game.
Yep.
That offense is back to being electric like it was when they had Tyreek. So
Yep.
Chiefs are right there.
Yeah. They went back to back without Tyreek Hill. Now they got two explosive playmakers again. Yeah, man, this team's dangerous with the best
Yeah,
quarterback in the
it's
league
scary.
throwing the ball. Travis Kelce still. Pacheco's forming into a league-known player. You know, like this offense is scary. One of the best offensive lines. You got Creed Humphrey. You know, like this is a dangerous offense. And Hollywood Brown's going to be back in a little bit too. You know,
Maybe next week, maybe the week after, but yeah, it's scary, man.
yeah,
It really is.
very scary.
But yeah, Friday night in Brazil, Eagles Packers. Eagles squeak it out 34-29. The turf was terrible. Both
Awful.
teams slipping all over the place in the first half and throughout the game.
Yeah,
But I think still both teams look pretty good despite that. Obviously, Jordan Love gets hurt late in the game, but nothing serious. They said 3 to 4 weeks initially, but now they're saying like 2 to 3. So he should be back soon and they'll be okay.
yeah,
Saquon, 3 tutties,
yeah,
balled out. Eagles defense looked a little bit better. They made plays when they needed to, but still gave up a lot of offense. I think both teams proved that they are top of the NFC personally in this game, even though the turf was bad.
yeah. Turf is very bad. It's honestly slightly embarrassing on the NFL's point. Um, you know, like that field was made for 150-pound soccer players, you know, and you got these 300-pound, 250-pound linemen running 4.640s, you know, like it's just not built for them. And it's kind of tough to watch from that standpoint, you know. That's it's a problem. These guys are going to get hurt out there trying to spread. I like how they're trying to spread interest around the world. It's kind of cool. You know, it even brings interest here. You know, like oh cool, they're playing Brazil. It's a primetime game. You know, but still, and it's kind of embarrassing on their end. They gotta do something about that.
Yeah, that was tough to watch, especially early. I think the first time Saquon touched the ball, he slipped as soon as he touched it and lost like 4 or 5 yards. Then
Yeah,
he proceeded to get 3 touchdowns. But
yeah, he looks explosive
uh,
as ever.
yeah, he does.
Yeah, but honestly,
Hurts.
Jordan Love being out for a few weeks could absolutely
Yeah, it's not good for our
cripple.
Packers' futures.
Yeah, that could be absolutely crippling here for the Packers. I mean, they got the Colts coming up here at Titans. So I mean, two games that I think they could win without, but like Malik Willis sucks, you
Yeah, I
know.
mean, you
So
saw him go in. You saw him go in for the Hail Mary. Didn't even throw the ball, so that's not a good sign.
no, they have one job, and that's to you got three receivers on the right or the left side. I
Throw
mean,
the
he
ball.
didn't have a whole lot of time in the pocket, but still, you just gotta throw it to the end zone, man. Give him a chance, you know. But
Yeah, he.
still, I
Um,
think they're in trouble.
they did move up Love to doubtful for this week 2 matchup, so I think he'll be back soon.
Yeah,
Maybe not 100%, but still they need him back. They cannot have Malik Willis back there.
yeah. Love at 75% is Malik Willis at
But
250%.
yeah, but either way, it's nice to have a Friday game. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. They should do that more often.
And now we move to Sunday. I'm going to start with an incredible win for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to talk AFC uh, East preseason because I know the Pats aren't going to make the playoffs. I know they're not going to win a playoff game, but I know they traded Judon, but this is still a very good defensive team, and they showed it on Sunday. Their defense is going
They
to keep them in
played
games.
they played out of
Yeah,
their
the
mind.
defense is going to. Yeah, that was insane. The defense was crazy good. They're going to be a physical team. The defense will lead them. Offensively, I mean, the defense isn't going to hold teams to under 20 points every game, right? There's going to be times where teams will score 24 to 30 points, and that's the games they're going to lose because the offense is not going to be able to score 20 plus points consistently. That's where the Patriots will end up falling, But definitely good to see them go into Cincy and beat this severely overrated Bengals team.
I yeah, I don't think they're overrated. There was a whole thing with, I mean, T. Higgins is out. Jamar Chase hasn't practiced. He did decide to play, but Uh, he's obviously not in game shape. I mean, he's Jamar Chase, and he can make plays, and he did make a few. But you mentioned Judon being traded. Keon White with 2.5 sacks. Christian Gonzalez, I think, held Chase to like 3 catches for under 40 yards or something like that when he was one-on-one with him. So it was great signs out of the
under that. Yeah.
let me even less than that. I forget what the exact stats are, but yeah, the pass defense looked awesome. But again, the Bengals with the slow start. I mean,
yeah,
they always seem to find their way when Burrow's in and they're healthy because they do have playmakers, but they have to get away from these slow starts. It's
tough.
I mean, I got knocked out of my $100 survivor pool for picking the Bengals, so definitely didn't see that coming. But I think the Bengals will be okay, but now they're going to have to really pick it up here. So
yeah,
but good win for the Pats. I mean, I put my jersey on for that sole reason.
Go Pats, baby! I'll always root for them.
Yeah, that was awesome. Next game I have is Dolphins Jags. We had Tyreek getting arrested for speeding before the game. That was the story Sunday morning. He still went off for like 130 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
of course.
Tyreek.
Yeah, that's just who he is. Jags jumped out early though in this game. Had a big fumble on the goal line from ETN. That kind of changed the tide of the game, and the Dolphins went on a field goal. Achane and Mostert both kind of got banged up here, so look for that in week 2. The defense on the Dolphins side was kind of mid early. They picked it up as the momentum changed, but I did notice some great plays from Brian Thomas Jr. on the Jag side. That guy's going to be a stud.
Yeah, he's gonna be really, really good, really good.
But
I mean,
go ahead.
Jags covered the number. I wish I ended up playing. I wanted to take them. I didn't end up taking them. Plus 3.5. That covered, but I think that was more so a lot of distraction from the Tyreek arrest. Dolphins came out so slow. A lot happened that morning. Everyone's just kind of like, oh, probably took them out of their normal routine that morning before the game. So I'm not going to take too much stock into the Dolphins not coming out hot. I think they're going to be a very explosive offensive team. So I'm not too worried about them in the long run here. I am worried about the Jaguars slightly. I mean, they got out to that early lead and then just completely crumbled their second half. So if they can't close out games, they're not gonna make the playoffs here. Trevor Lawrence has to be that guy for this team. Was it year 5 now? He's got
because he just got his deal.
Yeah, so they got to start closing out those games. But yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a stud. I think the Jags going to be pretty good this team. But they gotta figure out that second half. They gotta learn how to win those tight games there at the end.
Yeah. And I did take the Dolphins minus 3.5. I thought they were going to blow them out. Obviously, I had to get the comeback. I did say on the show that I might buy down to 3. I didn't. So if you did listen, I hope you bought it down to 3 to get the push at least. Because I didn't do that.
Tough.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll be better. Like I said, it's still preseason for us, and I never take a 3.5. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was just being overconfident.
Yeah.
But anyways, Cards Bills, Josh Allen, 2 passing, 2 rushing, still a dog. Defense wasn't the best as the Cards came out pretty solid.
Yep.
James Conner running angry. There was a couple of videos going out about Marvin Harrison wide open uh, inside the 10-yard line, and then Kyler came out today, or not today, but in an interview saying like sometimes it's my job to get him the ball, but that's not what I'm worried about or something. So that kind of worries me a little bit. I mean, I get that you go through your progressions and you're trying to run the offense, but you had a wide open guy for a touchdown there, buddy. So that
Yeah.
worries me a bit chemistry wise. But Bills came back, won that game, and the Cards offense looked good as we thought it would, but couldn't hold on.
Yeah. Yep. Could not hold on to that one. I mean, early on there, I thought the Cardinals were gonna pull that off, and then the Bills came storming in late. Josh Allen led that team back. Yeah, I think the Bills are gonna be right in it with the AFC East. That's one of your plays, right? Bills to win the AFC East.
Probably in there somewhere.
I did think I remember you putting that.
Yeah, well, we were gonna do the AFCs, but we never got to the video. I did put that in, but I didn't put it on the show.
Yeah, I
So yeah, I
gotcha.
do have the Bills to win the AFC East.
Yeah, but yeah, to talk about that interview there with Kyler Murray, I understand where he's coming from, like the speed of the game, like you going through your progressions and whatnot. Speed of the game is a lot of moving parts, so like you're gonna miss open guys. Like this is part of the game, right? Um, but I think with Kyler is like when he feels that first initial bit of pressure, it's just an automatic rollout. He
Hmm.
doesn't like I feel like I've never seen him like step up in the like I probably have, but I'm just always used to him running to the sideline and trying to get to the edge when he feels any kind of pressure. So like maybe if he's a little more patient, trying to stay behind line of scrimmage while rolling out, he'll be able to find a man downfield. I mean, that picture of Marvin Harrison Jr. inside the 15-yard line, there was nobody within 15 yards of him.
Yeah, it's
You
been
know,
all over social media too. I've seen it like 50 times.
so but like then also I'm like, yeah, like a lot of moving parts. The game's fast, close game at the end there. Like you're gonna miss open guys. It's just unfortunate you missed the most open guy you'll probably get in the NFL season. But
Yeah, I just thought it was
I don't
weird the way that
really
he said it.
quite blame Tyler. Yeah. No, I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah, it's not my job. Yeah, no, it is. It's what they
yeah,
pay
you're the
millions of
one. You're
dollars
the
to
one
do
throwing the
is
ball.
to
Yeah, exactly.
to throw to open guys. I think he took that question as like it's not my job to feed the ball. Like my job is to make the right throw. I
Yes,
think
which I get,
what
but
I'm saying. Yeah,
it just came. It
yeah. The
just
way he
came
said
off
it,
weird. I think.
yeah. Well, the way he said it was definitely a little strange. But yeah, I think the Cardinals gonna be a good team, man.
Yeah, they scored. They scored
Offensively
28
look
against the
good.
Bills.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be pretty good.
Next game, Giants Vikings. The Giants fucking suck. Daniel
So bad,
Jones fucking sucks.
so
Um,
bad.
Even worse than I thought he could have. To be honest, watching that game,
Yeah,
it was terrible. It was just terrible.
yeah.
I
I'm
feel
like,
bad. I feel bad for Malik Neighbors.
yeah,
It's a dumpster fire.
yeah. No, yeah. Daniel Jones is not the guy. Clearly, I just can't believe they paid him that money.
Yep.
It's just baffling to me. What did you see from him that deserved that money? And like it's what you pay quarterbacks, I guess, but you pay quarterbacks that you are somewhat confident in that have either shown that they can win or can win. I don't know. I just can't believe they did that. But yeah, Giants looked absolutely awful. I mean, they got blown out at home to a Vikings team that isn't supposed to be good. Sam Darnold, your boy, was the believe I saw
Yeah,
a
go
tweet
ahead.
saying he was the number one. He was the number one PFF rated quarterback this past weekend.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
He was 19 for
You take
24, 208 yards on a week that was down for passing. I know 208 is not a lot. Two tutties
yeah,
and a pick. He played well. Aaron Jones played well. To compliment
yeah,
him, I'm not calling him God, but like I said, I think he can lead this team to a decent amount of wins and at least to have them fighting for a wild card spot, maybe.
yeah, yeah. It's
That's
not.
ceiling wise.
Let's yeah. Let's not overreact to them beating a dog shit team and Sam Darnold having one career game. You know.
But Sam Darnold was Daniel Jones in the past. So this is a huge step.
Yes, it is. Maybe honestly, all he needed was coaching. Kevin O'Connell is a good coach.
Yeah, Kevo sees good shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And this Vikings offense is a lot better than what he had in New York. So,
yeah, that's true.
um, but yeah, Vikings get the win. That was another one. That was actually my only win on Sunday was Vikings money line.
Yeah, I
And
took
oh,
Giants money line like an asshole.
well, I love you, brother, but I don't feel bad for you there.
Yeah, dude, I
But
didn't even talk about it on the pod last week. I just threw it in there on Sunday. Like what?
yeah, I had one play that I forgot to mention as well that we will get to. But one play that we both did have was the Titans plus the 4 at the Bears. They lose the game 17-24 after being up 17-0. Yeah, Rich's expression is pretty much exactly how I felt when that happened. Will Levis had the nice picture of him on his knees like this after a terrible pick six. How they lost that game, I do not know. Will Levis clearly has to be better. The Bears didn't score an offensive touchdown and still won the game 24-17. Caleb wasn't amazing,
He sucked.
but his team got the win. So,
It was like 13 for 29 passing. He stunk.
yeah. Well, I think the Titans are a solid team, too. Is the problem. He was
Yeah,
14 for 29 with 93 yards, but he did not turn the ball over. And the Bears special teams made a couple big plays, and the Titans kind of gave that game away, realistically. So,
oh yeah, they absolutely gave. Like, I probably say this once every year, but because I don't remember all my horrific bad beats. But this
this
just like
this was
this
terrible.
statistically, just like looking at like the flow of the game, them being up 17-0 and not giving up an offensive touchdown and losing the game 24-17. Like
Yeah,
that has to be in the top 5. One of the worst beats in the like of all time. I
it was
I have no
terrible.
words. And like just because like college football didn't go too well and like Titans just come out rolling. I was like, nice, like there we go. Like I felt really good about this play all week too. Like I was taking it was Titans or nothing the whole week, and then that's like just an absolute kick in the teeth after a tough Saturday. But Will Levis has to be
Yeah,
better. Caleb Williams has to be better. The offense they need to score offensive touchdowns if they're gonna win games. Like they're not gonna win many
yeah,
games not scoring offensive touchdowns. That is a rarity there. So
yeah.
they got
They
to be
got a
better.
gift.
I think they will be better, but yeah, they got to be better.
Yeah, he'll settle in.
Yeah.
Next game, another stinker. Panthers Saints. Wow. First of all, This game was 30-0 at half, I believe.
Yep.
The Panthers could go 0-17.
Mm-hmm.
They really could. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I said on one of our pods that I think Bryce Young will improve. Not on this team. I'm
Nope.
taking that back. And then on the opposite side, Derek Carr threw 3 TDs and looks good, but if that's against the Panthers team that could probably get beat by some of the top college teams in the NCAA. So we can't take that too much stock in that. Um, this was terrible, and I cannot believe I didn't take the Saints. Betting wise, survivor wise, it was a boat race.
Yeah. An absolute boat race, man. Yeah, it was a tough game to watch. I'm happy I did not play anything. I mean, I wish I took the Saints, but like this is one of those games where like you're like you don't really have a good read on it. You're like, oh, the Panthers going to be a little bit better this year. I mean, the Derek Carr Saints were probably the most mid team of all mid teams last year, so it's like I got no angle in this game. See how it goes, and it's like you're kicking yourself after. You're like, the Panthers are the worst team in the league, and the Saints gonna beat them by at least a touchdown, and they ended up beating them by 37 points.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not gonna overreact too much in this one. On the Saints side, I don't think the Saints are a very good team. I just think the Panthers are very, very bad.
I agree. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think Derek Carr looked good. I mean, you should look good against a team that bad.
Yeah,
But then again, you never know. And
yeah,
as we transition, a team like the Falcons, whose defense played really well against the Steelers, Derek Carr could struggle. In this game, Steelers Falcons, the Steelers won with 6 field goals, no touchdowns. The Falcons did have a touchdown. Kyle Pitts finally got in the end zone.
hmm
TJ Watt was wreaking havoc all day long.
yeah. He's
Um,
he's an absolute monster.
we talked about him and Myles Garrett. He is clearly in the lead to start
Yeah,
the
yeah,
season for Defensive Player of the Year. He went the fuck off. And we also talked about Russ and Fields. Russ was still hurting, so Fields got the start, and he didn't play bad. His team won, but again, they didn't score any touchdowns. And then Kirk was just getting mauled by TJ Watt all day. So kind of for both quarterbacks, I'm not going to take too much stock in their performance. I think the defense has really shined on both sides here.
yeah.
Obviously, if you win a game with only field goals, it was a defensive game. So yeah,
Yeah, I feel like every other play for the Steelers defense was TJ Watt pressuring the quarterback, sacking the quarterback, recovering a fumble. Um, that dude was on some other planet on Sunday. I mean, but that's TJ Watt. It's just what we've seen that for years. He's led the league in sacks 3 years, and the last three out of the last 4 years. And the year he didn't do it, he was hurt. Um, so year in, year out, that's what he does. He's gonna have to be the backbone of this team. There's no doubt about it because I don't think the Steelers offensively are going to improve much more. I mean, they put together solid drives. They couldn't cap it off. I think like Fields played okay, but you gotta score touchdowns in this league to win. It's an offensive league. Um, but But yeah, no, TJ Watt's gonna have to be the backbone of this team. I still like the under wins. They're gonna sneak one or two in there, but um, yeah, Falcons are in trouble if Kirk can't figure it out. That's for sure. We might be seeing Penix earlier than what we expected. Honestly,
yeah, I would hold off a little bit on that. I mean, Kirk is still off of Achilles, and you're playing against the best defensive player in the league. He can't really
yeah,
move well. I would like to see him against a mid-tier to lower-tier defense before I would
yeah.
think about Penix. I think it's a bit early for that.
hmm I'm,
And
I'm, I'm
as
just,
the
I'm just
year,
throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
no, of course, if they don't win games, mid-season you could see him, but I think it would take it till at least mid-season.
Yeah.
And he's going to get healthier and healthier as the year goes on too. Maybe not if you play against the Steelers that often, but he will get healthier.
Yep.
Texans Colts, great game. Texans take the win, high scoring game. Anthony Richardson had some goddamn good highlights, but the Texans just proved to be they out talented them, in my opinion.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs 2 touchdowns in the first game. That's good.
Yep.
Nico Collins also had over 100 yards receiving. Joe Mixon, I think he had like a buck 50 something rushing. The Texans are loaded. Yeah, the Texans are loaded and good defense too, even though Richardson kind of diced him up down the field. That big throw after slipping like 65 air yards is unbelievable.
Like that.
Yeah,
that's why you draft that guy right there.
Yeah,
that player right there.
He's he really is unbelievable. I think the Texans are obviously good and can compete, should win the division. I think the Colts are also going to be solid, but I think they need to kind of establish a run game with Jonathan Taylor back there. They didn't really do much running the ball. But yeah, I think this was one of the better games all week, to be honest.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had 16 touches, like running the ball, and he only had 48 yards. So I mean, they definitely got to establish more of a run game, and that will open up more for Richardson down the field. Richardson missed. That's the thing about Anthony Richardson is like the throw he made. There are probably 3 people in the league that can make that throw. And that is why you draft the dude, especially just given his athletic build and how he can move. But there's still that like he's just like in college you only had like 7 or 8 starts, like he's still very inexperienced, just so much raw talent, so much raw potential. He missed Adonai Mitchell on 2 easy touchdowns down the field. So it's that part of the Colts that I think will hold them back a little bit. But man, this kid, if he puts it all together, he's going to be dynamite. Like Cam Newton, like people forget about Cam Newton because Anthony Richardson is will be the new and improved version, But
yeah, he only actually went 9 for 19 for 212. A couple bombs really highlighted that. But on the other side, you got to give CJ Stroud its props. He came out and showed what he's about. 24 for 32, 234, 2 tutties with a 30 carry, 159 yards, and a touchdown from Joe Mixon. That is a hell of an offensive performance on all levels for the Texans.
Yeah, I mean, Texans are going to be unbelievable. I think Mixon on this team is absolutely elite. I drafted Mixon in the 4th round in a couple of my leagues, and I just thought for the value there is you can't pass that up. The lead back on a good team in the 4th round. So yeah, this offense is good. They're going to be a good team. I might honestly throw in something on them to win the AFC.
In the future action?
Yeah. Let me just check it out. Let me see what they are to win the AFC real quick. But yeah, I was looking at the Texans to win the AFC plus 650 currently. Seems a little low to be taken after week 1. They're gonna be a good team. I was just kind of hoping for like an 850, 900, but
yeah, it is kind of low. But after a good first week.
I only really see 4 teams, which are the corner with DraftKings. They agree here, but Chiefs number 1, Ravens, Bills, and then the Texans. All 4 of those teams are Yeah. Yeah, Texans are fourth. So the other three are lower than 650, and I just don't think there's value there. It's a long season. If you're gonna take them later in the year. That they got healthy guys and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's tough. It's a little short.
yeah,
But still, I think they have a good chance.
yeah. No, they're great. They're a good team. They'll be right in the mix for sure.
Stacked. All right, so that's the 1 o'clocks. Let's move to the 4 o'clocks. We got Raiders, Chargers. Um, Raiders came out a bit hot here, but Chargers came back with a lot of good running game. J.K. Dobbins over 130 yards. That is Jim Harbaugh. He loves to run the ball. Minshew did throw for 257. Somehow, the leading receiver was Jacoby with 3 catches for 61 yards. But as a team, they only rushed for 71 yards. So that really kind of doesn't work well against a Jim Harbaugh led team.
Yeah,
Good win for the Chargers to start.
yeah, for sure.
Divisional opponent, and they handle their business. So
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit everything right there in the head. I mean, I think Minshew had a really good game, and it's kind of concerning that he had a really good game and only 10 points to show for it.
yeah,
But yeah, this Raiders team I think is going to be pretty bad if that's the case. They're not going to be a good team. So good win for the Chargers. Cover at home. Kind of what we expected from this Harbaugh team, running the ball, establishing the run, and playing hard-nosed defense. And 22-10. That's
yeah.
uh,
Herbert was not very good. He went, see, I did it was really the run game. He
yeah. I
went
mean, he was
17
all
for
right.
26.
He didn't have
Yeah,
he didn't
140,
have to.
144 and a tud. Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't have to throw the ball downfield. And I think they're better off for it. I think Herbert's got all the talent in the world. He has all the arm talent in the world, but you know, there's more than that in football. You got to establish the run, keep defenses on their toes, hit them with the play action. Oh, I love me some play action.
yeah, yeah. And 71 rush yards is not going to do it for any team in the NFL. You got to run the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Next game, Broncos Seahawks. This one started out interesting. 2 safeties in the first half for the Broncos.
Yeah,
Seahawks inevitably end up with the win. Bo Nix had a tough game, and the run game again was terrible. Leading rush of yards, and it was Bo Nix. So that is not a good sign offensively. This safety twice bounced back and got into a groove. They ran the ball well. Kenneth Walker had over 100, and they looked good.
yeah. No, Seattle showed that they're still going to be say somewhat of a competitive team. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna win the division. Maybe sneak in the wild card. Denver definitely has to improve. Bo Nix looked like a shell of himself from the preseason, but I mean, in the preseason he was going against 2s and 3s, and now you're going against 1s. So not totally surprising there to see him struggle a little bit. I think he'll be better. But yeah, what an absolute train wreck Javonte Williams is, man.
When Bo Nix is your leading carrier for 35 yards, that is not a good sign.
No, absolutely not. I mean, the two they had 18 rushes for between Jaleel McLaughlin and Javonte Williams. They had 18 rushes for 50 yards. That is below 3 yards a carry, and that is bad. Very,
Very
very
bad.
bad. So I mean,
On the
they
other
got
side of the ball, Kenneth Walker, 20 for 103 and a touchdown. And I
yeah.
think Charbonnet had a solid game as well.
Yeah, receiving the ball, he did good. He had a receiving touchdown.
Yep, 2 for 29 and a tutty on The reception side, he had 8 carries, but only 12 yards. So
Yeah, not a great day running the ball, but Geno Smith had that electric run. That was a good carry.
yeah, they
Yeah, I
did what
think.
they needed to do to pull out a win.
Yep, I hit my Broncos plus 6.5. So good day.
Yes, the score does not really show how close the game was
Yeah,
because the Broncos scored late to cover.
yeah,
Actually, I did hit that Broncos plus 6, so I hit 2 in the NFL. So I had my record wrong. I had myself at 1-6. Actually, it was a push. That's why 1-6-1. That was my push.
yeah. I had him at 6.5.
I did not, unfortunately.
The hooks, man, the hooks. They get you.
Yeah. Next game, Cowboys Browns. Actually, I did not. Did I give? I don't think I gave this pick out, but I put it in my record. I took the Browns minus the 2.5. They got smoked.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson sucks, and he's a scumbag human being. He's facing another sexual assault charge from 2020 that just came up. He's currently not on the commissioner's exempt list or whatever they call it. But the reports coming out are pretty bad once again. Um, man,
Yeah.
this might be the worst contract in the NFL history, even worse than Daniel Jones. It's so bad.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know we're one game into Kirk Cousins' contract, but that could also be really
yeah,
bad
well,
too.
that's less than half of guaranteed money from Deshaun Watson. So,
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
But to focus on the positive, the Cowboys looked really good. They came out with a statement win against a defense that was supposed to be top 5. They weren't electric on offense, but they had a couple big special teams plays, and really it wasn't in question. They were up 20-3 at half, and that was kind of it. They had a punt
Yeah.
return from Turpin. Zeke gets in the end zone. Brandon Cooks gets in the end zone. A couple field goals, and just like that, Dak was okay after signing his contract about 3 hours before game time. And yeah,
I think that might be
Browns
that might be
need a
the worst.
quarterback.
That might be the worst time to have your franchise quarterback sign a contract.
I don't know if you're playing that team on that contract for the opposing side. Kind of makes you look like a genius because he didn't ball out, but they won the game.
Yeah, he had a very pedestrian day, I think. 19 of 32, $180. I mean, they only had 281 yards of total offense. That's not great. They have to be better if they're going to compete in the NFC on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they're pretty good, but I don't really take a whole lot of stock into it because I just think Deshaun Watson is that bad.
Well,
But
again, you could say the same. Again, Dak wasn't amazing, but that Browns defense is supposed to be really good.
yeah,
They let up a lot of points. So
that's true. It's a good point. That is a good point there. But yeah, a little worried about this Cleveland team. Joe Flacco's not there to save the day anymore, you know?
yeah, it's not looking too hot.
Yeah, no.
Next game, last game in the afternoon window was Commanders Bucks. Commanders defense is not very good, but Baker did go for 24 for 30 for 289, 4 touchdowns. Uh, he balled out.
Yeah. He balled the fuck out. I know
Uh,
I'm a
on the
long
other side,
at the end of the day, but I like seeing Baker kind of ball out. You know, it's good to see because he wasn't really he was given a very quick leash up in Cleveland, and you know didn't. I mean, he was the number one pick, and truth be told, he didn't really perform to the number one pick standard at that time. He was battling a lot of injuries in his tenure there, but I feel like they kind of sent him out in cold blood there, and I'm happy to see him balling out and getting his chance down in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and on the other side, I think Jaden Daniels was decent.
Yeah.
He's still getting settled in. Um, I think they'll win a couple games that they shouldn't this year because of his playmaking.
Yeah.
But I think the Bucks got the short end of the stick on the odds to win the division with all the hype around the Falcons. I think this Bucks team was clearly solid.
Yeah.
They beat a team that they should, obviously, but Baker looked really, really good in a 37-20 win.
Yeah.
So,
Godwin looks really good. Mike Evans looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Mike Evans had that sick, like swim move catch in the back of the end zone. Perfect ball, perfect catch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, he's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got two games left: late night and Monday night. Late night was Rams and Lions. This was a good game. Lions were up, 17-3.
Mm-hmm.
Rams came back, went into overtime. Both offenses looked pretty good. Pick from Stafford. I think the Lions kind of got away from their identity a bit, and it showed because as soon as they got into overtime, they just gave the ball to David Montgomery behind the best offensive line in the league, and they scored in like 30 seconds. I
Yep.
think if they stuck to that all game, they probably would have beat the Rams by like 2 tutties.
Yep.
Easy. But the Rams put up a good fight. Cooper Kupp had 14 catches for over 100 yards. He's obviously back, but the big story coming out of this game is Puka is on the IR, and reports came out today that he might be out for even more than 4 games. So that is not good news.
Nope.
For the Rams. Kyron had a good game. The offenses looked great. JMO had a great game. He became the clear number 2, but he also has to stay healthy. So I think it was a good way to cap off week 1, honestly. Good matchup. They played in the playoffs last year, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah, this was a game that I watched early on the first quarter. Dozed off on the couch. Woke up and it was kind of going to overtime. The Lions kicked the field goal to send it to overtime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw the ending of that, like as the clock was hitting 0, and then I watched overtime, and yeah, I kind of wish I watched that whole game, but Sunday night after drinking a couple adult beverages and watching football all day,
it's a long day.
It's a long day, man. Long day.
You got to condition yourself to be up for that late night game.
Exactly. I got earlier alarms on Monday morning, so it's tough to stay through those games after a long day. Like I said, some carbonated waters and football. But I wish I watched it. Cooper Kupp's back. You drafted him in a lot of our leagues, right?
I have him in every single fantasy league that I'm in.
Yeah, I got him in 2 of
and
my
it worked
leagues.
out for week 1. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard nothing but good reports coming out of camp for him. McVay has been harping on him looking the best he's looked. Hopefully he can stay healthy. He's had kind of a little bit of an injury bug the last couple of years, but when that man is healthy, he is a top 5 receiver in football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
actually,
not 4, 3, 2, or 5. I think he might be the best receiver in football.
I mean, he was just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the fact that Puka went out. I think it kind of opens him up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And keeps him from. I mean, he can't have 14 catches every game.
No.
You got to have that other person. But they did have a young guy emerge. They do have Demarcus Robinson.
Johnson.
And Tyler Johnson played very well. Exactly. And on the other side, James Williams played very well. He had a big day as well. But like I said, I think the Lions could have ran the ball a lot more and ran away with this game because it clearly showed, obviously, in overtime, the defense is tired, and
Yeah.
that plays into the facts. But he just ran down the field
Mm-hmm.
in, I think it was like 6 plays in overtime, and just boom, 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 Monty every play.
Yeah.
The Lions are good,
Oh
and
yeah,
I think the Rams.
they're very good.
I think the Rams are good too. Puka's going to hurt for a while, but yeah, this was a great game on Sunday night.
Yeah, I think the Lions, if they utilize Montgomery more in like that lead back role, and then use Jahmyr Gibbs on more like end around sweeps and stuff like that and screens, and give Montgomery the more of the carries in the backfield, and they got Amon Ra, Jameson Williams can continue at this
Yeah,
play that
Amon-Ra didn't even have a very good game either. He kind
exactly.
of was nowhere to be found here.
Yeah, and then Laporta, debatably top tight end football, so
Also didn't have a very good game.
yeah. But that's the thing though, is that these guys don't
They
have
don't
to
have,
have
yeah,
great games every single time.
correct.
They have weapons at their disposal.
Hmm.
So yeah, this Lions team's gonna be very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, and that's always a fun matchup with Stafford Goff switching
Yeah, oh, yeah.
spots.
Oh yeah.
Um, but anyways, let's cap off week one. Monday night, Jets 49ers, and we'll get into some picks.
Yes, sir.
Um, Aaron Rodgers is healthy. He made it through the first game,
Mhm.
but the 49ers without Christian McCaffrey rolled all over this Jets team. It was really, I mean, first quarter it was close, and after that it was done. Jordan Mason looked like a stud. That offense clearly favors running backs that can take advantage.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams both held out all camp. They look like they didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
The Jets defense struggled a bit, but then again, I'm not panicking on the Jets. The 49ers are arguably the best team in football.
Yeah.
So I'm not panicking. They had a couple good drives. Rodgers is still kind of, he was healthy last year, but he's still kind of getting settled, and they're still getting settled with the O line. I think the Jets will still be solid, but they lost to a really good team on
Mhm.
Monday night. So I'm not panicking. The defense should be better, but the Niners proved that they are cream of the crop.
Yeah, man. We say this every year. They Niners are gonna be they're gonna be there. They're gonna be in the conversation. It's just whether or not they can finally win the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
It's a Patrick
they look
Mahomes
as good
problem.
as ever. Yeah. Yeah, it's more so I think a Patrick Mahomes problem than a Kyle Shanahan problem. That dude just wins those big games. But yeah, they're gonna be very good. I like kind of like how like the Chiefs in the AFC, like they're currently at their own they're in their own area code here, and the Niners are in their own area code. There you got three or four. I think the NFC, I think we have a couple more solid teams.
They're definitely
Um,
better. NFC is definitely better this year.
yeah, just like depth wise, like I think obviously the AFC has those upper echelon quarterbacks, but like top to bottom team wise, depth wise, I think the NFC has a lot of talent there. But I like how it's the tier one is Chiefs, Niners, and then you got the handful of teams that are right there, right. I think this is going to be one of the best NFL seasons in recent memory. I'm super excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I am very excited for this year. But kind of get back into the game. I think the Jets will be fine. Aaron Rodgers, I
Yeah.
think looked. I think Aaron Rodgers looked fine for 41 or whatever how old he is, and coming off an Achilles tear. Obviously he's not looking as mobile as he once was, but you can't
No.
expect him to be at that age and after that. But I mean, I thought he made some really good throws in the pocket there. I think Garrett Wilson is going to be very, very good come weeks 5 and on. But yeah, Niners are nasty. They're a good team.
Yeah, they're solid. All right. So that was week one. Hell yeah. I can't wait for week two. And that's why we are here. We're going to start with college, though.
Yeah,
Two
run
games
through
on
those picks.
Thursday. Two games on Thursday. I don't have anything here. Arizona State, Texas State, and Northwestern State at South Alabama. Uh,
Um, I got
Nothing there for me.
I got Texas State. I wrote this down, and I didn't take it yet. I got them at +2. I like them to win the game. I think the line's down to +1.
Yep.
I think that Arizona State is they're 2-0. It's already more wins than I thought they would have this season, which is kind of wild. But I mean, they played I think Wyoming or Idaho or something like that, and then another shitbag school. So teams that Arizona State should win at the end of the day, should beat, I should say. But I still think that I don't think they're a good team. And then Texas State's coming off a very, very big win off of UTSA. I think they crushed them like 47-10 or 37-10 or something like that. But yeah, no, I like this Texas State team. I think they win outright at home.
Yeah, I got nothing on Thursday, but then we got a good game on Friday. UNLV at Kansas. Kansas -7.5. I will be on that. I'm going to buy it down to 7. Not be a dummy. I'm going to take Kansas on the bounce back.
Okay. This UNLV team is pretty good, man. I like this UNLV. I haven't placed this yet. I circled it. If I can get them at that hook at 7.5, I'm probably going to be on it Friday night. Um, a name to remember on this UNLV team. I remember watching them last year. Ricky White the third, wide receiver. He's an NFL talent. Um, I hope the Pats get him in one of the later rounds in the draft this year. But dude's nasty. I think he had 3 touchdowns last week. But yeah, I like this UNLV team. They smoked Houston week 1. And Kansas didn't look great. Jalen Daniels didn't look great. They're at West Virginia next week. Might be looking ahead there. So
Yeah, I just like them to bounce back, win this
yeah.
game by a touchdown at home. There's another good game on Friday, actually, and it is Arizona at Kansas State, 20 versus 14. That's a 7-point spread as well to Kansas State, the home team. Over under set at 59.5. I have nothing here, but this should be a good one.
Should be a very good one. Very, very good one. I lean Arizona plus the 7 just because I think Kansas State, they've had a couple of slow starts here in their games. But I'm not going to take. I don't think I'm going to take it. I think this might be the week that Kansas State comes out at home against a good team and kind of shows out. So we'll see. Arizona's offense is just unbelievable.
So
Maybe
2-2 Thursday,
an
Friday.
overplay.
What's that?
This might be an overplay. 59.5 currently.
59.5, yeah. Yeah, and the UNLV Kansas game is 58.5. So actually, Thursday, the 2 Thursday games and the 2 Friday games, it's ranges from 60 to 58.5, all 4
I was
totals.
literally just about to say that. 60
That's
and a
kind of
half,
crazy.
60, 58.5, 59.5.
That's wild.
Holy shit.
Well, good during the week
Yeah,
entertainment for sure. All right, let's go
absolutely.
to Saturday. You got any nooners?
Um, I didn't write down the times on these plays. South Carolina plus 7, hosting LSU. That's a nooner. Tulsa plus 20.5, currently to 19, hosting Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State plays Utah next week. I think Tulsa can catch them here in a little look ahead spot. Wisconsin plus 15.5 against Bama. Bama's got Georgia on deck. And I think that's all I got on the Nooners. What about you?
I'm on the other side of you in the LSU South Carolina game. I'm going to take LSU minus a touchdown.
Okay.
But that is it. Uh, the Bama game did intrigue me a bit. It's up to 16 now, but I'm going to lay off. But got to keep it short after a tough week 1 or week 2 in college, I guess.
Yeah, no, I had the same kind of thought process there earlier in the week. But then I was going through the plays, and like, there's a couple spots I like, and I'm not going to shy away after a tough week. I'm gonna keep firing. If I like a spot, I like a spot.
Hmm.
Um, but this there's a 12:45 game. Missouri hosting Boston College, which is now a ranked team.
Hmm.
They're currently
I
16. They're 16-point favorites. I am leaning Missouri minus 16, just because I know Missouri hasn't had a whole lot of competition here, but um, they've averaged 75 yards running against. I know BC's a better running team than the teams that they've played, but I mean, that's BC's identity through 2 games so far, and I think if Missouri can hold that, their offense is going to be able to score, and I think they can win that game by 16.
Yeah, I skipped right over that game because I'm in Massachusetts and I am not allowed to bet on Massachusetts teams in Massachusetts, so it doesn't even show up on my DraftKings. Um,
That's so
that
lame.
is it. That is a new rule. I would have liked to bet them against Florida State, but I can't do that. So,
You should
but
drive up to New Hampshire.
yeah, well, that was a late one on a Monday night that I didn't have to work. So,
Fair.
3:30. We got Notre Dame at Purdue after a loss. They're minus 10. Oregon also playing at 3:30 at Oregon State. They're minus 16 and a half. Another ranked team, Oklahoma, minus 13 and a half at home versus Tulane at 3:30. There's some good ones here in this 3:30. You got anything?
I don't have any 3:30s. I got a 4 o'clock. Great games there.
I do have I do have a 3:30. I'm taking West Virginia on the
Yeah.
money line at Pittsburgh, minus
Oh.
125.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pittsburgh is not a very good team. I think West Virginia is just overall better.
Yeah. No, I think West Virginia is a better team too. Um, I'd say Pittsburgh kind of got lucky last week against Cincinnati. Cincinnati built a pretty good early lead. They kind of not actually fumbled, but figuratively fumbled. A couple of drives late, missed field goals, missed extra point. They ended up squeaking one out with a big second half comeback over Cincinnati. This is a big rivalry game. I expect Pittsburgh to be ready to go, but I think West Virginia will end up pulling it out. I'm not going to play it, but
Yeah, I just like the short price, minus
yeah,
125. They're minus 2 on the spread.
yeah,
I like the short price. I'll take it there.
yeah.
And then I know you don't have any other 3:30s, but there is Texas A&M at Florida, minus 3.5 for Texas A&M, and Washington State, Washington minus 5. That's a good little 3:30 slate.
Yeah, that's a great slate. Great slate.
Troy and Iowa at 4. You got any 4 o'clock, 4:15?
I'm actually going. Do I play this? Oh man, do I do it?
If you're waffling, I say no.
It's just this is just. I think Iowa wins this game easily. 22.5 point favorites over Troy. Um, I want to play Iowa minus 22.5. I wrote it down.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to go
Yeah,
the other way,
I,
to be
I'm just
honest.
I'm just having that weird second guessing in my mind now that because I hate betting Iowa on Iowa. Like this, my least favorite, one of my least favorite teams to bet on. Troy's on
I
a
will
second of a
never
back-to-back tough game against
I will
Memphis.
never bet Iowa on a spread, but I did take them last week on the money line, and I think they should have won that game. But on a spread,
Yeah, I
never.
mean they sucked last week. They sucked in the second half, I should say. They ran the ball well, but Fuck it. Iowa minus 22.5. I very well see them winning this game 21-0, and it's gonna piss me the fuck off. But Memphis ran the ball all over Troy last weekend, and Iowa, that's what they do. They run the ball. They play hard defense. I think they get it done. 22.5. Let's rock. Let's do it.
All right. There is a 4:15 and a 4:30. Utah State, Utah minus 20, and then UAB Arkansas. Arkansas minus 24.5. I don't have anything here in the middle of the day.
I got Arkansas minus 24.5. I think they look good against a good Oklahoma State team last weekend. UAB is coming off a loss to UL Monroe last week, and UL Monroe is historically not a very good team. I just think 24.5 is a low number given Arkansas showing that they're a pretty solid team, and UAB coming off a very bad loss. I'd expect this number to be closer to 30, so I'm gonna rock with Arkansas.
Okay. That's it until 6. We have a 6 o'clock UConn at Duke. Little local squad and the Huskies. Duke minus 16. Another 6 o'clock Virginia Tech at ODU, Old Dominion. Virginia Tech minus 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot of 6 o'clocks here.
You got anything there in those games?
I do not. 6:30 Ole Miss at Wake minus 22.5.
I got Duke UConn under 47.5.
Okay.
Not a lot of points to be had.
No, I don't hate that. I'm a believer in Ole Miss this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to jump on minus 22.5. If it moves closer to the 21, I might buy it, but I will put in a play at Ole Miss minus 22.5 at 6:30 at Wake Forest.
Okay.
They've been blowing teams out. They really haven't played a good opponent yet, so I think they keep rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take that. If I can get it to 21, I will, but I'm not going to buy it down 1.5. That's too much to pay.
Yep.
So I'll take it at 22.5 there, and then we go to the sevens, Texas minus 35 at home against UTSA. There's obviously a ton of 7 o'clock games here. I'm putting them in as we go.
Yeah.
So if you got a 7, you rip them off as I look through them here.
I lean Kentucky plus 24. I might add that right now. I like them. I like the number earlier in the week. It hasn't moved. Tough loss against South Carolina. That's the one thing that worries me. It did not look good. They got absolutely blown out at home. But it's one of my favorite spots. Georgia has Bama on deck, so I'm feeling a little letdown spot here. Not even a letdown spot, just win by 3 touchdowns. And yeah, I think 24 points is a lot of points. So yeah, I'll play that actually. Put that in Kentucky plus 24.
Plus 24. Okay.
And I got one more at 7:30, and that's it for me.
I'm teetering a bit on Hawaii plus the 4.5, but I'm not going to put it in. Seems appetizing.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't have anything else.
I'm just disappointed that we can't watch that at midnight.
I know. Well, they're in Houston. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kentucky was the 7:30. You got Colorado State at 7:30 as well. Colorado minus 7. That was one we failed to mention early. They got blown the doors off by Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't have the big men. They really don't. They look like shit.
Yeah, they're not good. Again. UCF TCU is going to be a good game.
Yep. UCF minus 2.5.
And then, yeah, I got Auburn minus 28 against New Mexico.
At
I think they bounced
7:30.
back. They lost to Cal last weekend. I think they bounced back here. New Mexico is not good. They lost to an FCS squad, Montana State, and then they lost by 22 to Arizona. But I mean, Arizona's defense isn't good. Auburn's SEC defense, they're gonna keep the points down for New Mexico, and I expect them to win this game by 4+ tutties.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got too. I think I added 3 plays.
Cool.
Friday night, Kansas minus the 7, if I can buy it there. LSU minus the 7 on Saturday. West Virginia money line, and Ole Miss minus the 22.5. So 4 total. 1 Friday, 3 Saturday for me.
Cool. I got Thursday. I got Texas State +2. UNLV +7.5 on Friday against Kansas. South Carolina +7. Tulsa +20.5. Wisconsin +15.5. Missouri -16.5. Iowa -22.5. Arkansas -24. UConn Duke under 47.5. Kentucky +24, and Auburn -28. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11 plays total. 9 on Saturday.
There you go.
1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday. All good spots, I think. And I'm feeling a good weekend here. I'm feeling it.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm keeping it short. I got to find a groove. I didn't do very well in either league.
Fair.
So that does it for college football. And we move to the NFL. The King. We got a great matchup on Thursday night, which will be today or tonight if you're watching. Bills at Dolphins. Dolphins minus the 2.5. Home, and the over-under is set at 48.5. Achane and Mostert are both questionable. I believe Josh Allen is questionable as well.
Yeah.
But all 3 of them expected to play as of right now on Wednesday night. It should be a good one. It's a standalone game, so I will have a play, but I haven't decided yet, so I'm going to let you take it away.
I lean the Dolphins in this one. I don't know. I just don't love it enough just yet to have it as an official play. I just know, just seeing the Cardinals kind of come out early, put up some points on the Bills.
Yeah.
And after everything with Tyreek, I think the Dolphins came out slow for that reason. I think they're due to, have a bit of a quicker start there. Over 49 might be a play. Overs, I think the overs have hit in the primetime games. I think they're 4-1, 3-1, or something like that. Maybe even 4-0. I think Lions and Rams went under. Whatever the number was, 40, they finished at 46. It's probably close to the total, honestly.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, I lean the Bills. I lean the Dolphins. The Bills played them well last year. They were 2-0 against them last year. But I don't know. I have a feeling. I think it might be a Dolphins post Tyreek arrested game.
Yeah, this one's tough for me.
Yeah. I don't love anything either way. I might honestly just play the money line.
Truthfully, I'm worried about the Achane Mostert combo.
Yeah.
They're both questionable. Actually, Josh Allen is not questionable anymore. It's predicted to be a bit rainy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Bills +3. I'm gonna buy it to 3, and I'm gonna take the Bills +3 on the road. I just think Josh Allen is a playmaker.
You're buying it to 3?
It's 2.5 right now. Bills plus 2.5 minus 108. I will buy it to 3 because it fucked me on the Dolphins last week. I'm not buying it down to 3. I'm going to buy it up to 3.
Dude, it's 2.5 right now.
Yep. I'm going to take the Bills plus 3. If it doesn't get there by game time, I will buy it. Minus 2.5 on DraftKings currently.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get Dolphins anything less than a field goal, if it hits 3, I probably won't maybe buy it to 2.5. But I don't love it enough, especially with Mostert and HN. You know, I want to know what they're.
Achan's at ankle, and Mostert is out currently, ruled out for Thursday. Chest injury.
Mustard.
Raheem Mostert is out, so Achan questionable. That means Jeff Wilson will be at least the number 2 back, if not the leading back. I think the scheme is good enough to produce, but those are 2 big playmakers that you're going to be losing.
Oh yeah, big time.
So I'm going to take the Bills.
I got nothing.
Josh Allen is healthy. You're going to take the Dolphins off the board.
I said it wasn't an official play yet. I'm going to wait a little bit for HN. That news, but we'll see. We'll see if we'll see. I might. I don't know. Everything could change by tomorrow, but I lean the Dolphins right now.
Okay, official play from me is buying the Bills to 3 points. And that line could change by game time, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it at 3. If I have to buy a full point, I will. But I'm going to take the Bills. I think Josh Allen is going to make some big plays down there in prime time. Sunday, 1 o'clock. Seahawks at Patriots. Patriots plus 3.5. Over under set at 38.5. Take it away, my friend. I have a play, but I'll let you go first.
I don't have a play in this game. I lean the Seahawks minus 3. I don't have a play here. I've learned my lesson in trying to bet on the Patriots the last couple of years. I'm just not going to do it anymore. Even in the best of best spots, they still seem to completely cross me. So I'm not going to take it. I would lean Seahawks in the under just based on the Patriots can't score and the Patriots have a good defense. So that's my thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I am going to currently the Seahawks are minus 3.5 at minus 105. So it's leaning more towards the 3 line. If it doesn't get there by game time, I'll be taking the Seahawks minus 3. I think this line is a bit of an overreaction after week 1, after the Pats beat the Bengals. And I will take the 3 points, or I'll lay the 3 points with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I like that. I lean that way too. It's not.
I think this spread should be closer to 5 or 6, in my opinion. After a big win from the Pats, I know they're at home and the defense played really well, but they should never have won that game.
No.
Next game, Raiders at Ravens. Ravens minus 8.5, over under set at 41.5. I got nothing here. It's just outside that range for me for the Ravens.
Yeah. I have the Ravens written down with an asterisk next to it. I think they should win this game by 10 plus points. Just not an official play as of now. I thought they looked pretty solid against the Chiefs overall. The Chiefs were at home and they're in that upper echelon, and they almost won that game. If it weren't for Isaiah Likely having size 18 cleats, I think the Ravens could end up winning that game. So
I think he was wearing prime cleats too.
Yeah,
Coach Prime.
I'm definitely leaning the Ravens here. Not an official play yet, though.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't like it at 8.5. I would like it at 7, 6.5, but I'm gonna stay away.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Next game.
I don't think it'll reach that, but
Yeah, no, that's why I'm staying away. Next game, Saints at Cowboys. Cowboys -6, over under set at 47. I do have a play here. Another overreaction, in my opinion. Um, the Saints womp the Panthers.
yeah,
The worst competition you could possibly have in the NFL. I think this spread should be closer to 10, and I'm going to take the Cowboys -6.
yeah, I am with you right there, Fuski. Cowboys -6. Same exact reasoning. The Saints beat a dog shit team. They absolutely mollywomped a dog shit team, but nonetheless a dog shit team. The Cowboys went into Cleveland and beat a very good defensive team by 16 points. So yeah, I like the Cowboys at home here. -6. I think they win this by at least 10 points.
Yeah, nice. Love it.
Let's
Next
do it,
game,
dude.
Chargers. Yeah, I love that. Love when you agree.
Yeah.
Next game, Chargers at Panthers. Chargers -6, over under set at 39. I think you'd be stupid not to do it. Chargers -6.
Chargers -6. Fuski.
You have to. I would
Yeah,
be betting against the Panthers all year long, and I'll definitely be betting it this week.
yeah. I just don't see a world where the wow, it's spaced so bad. I don't see a world where the Panthers do any better than what they did this past week against the
And
Chargers.
they definitely don't do better than the Raiders.
No, I just don't see it. I think I think this line should be closer to 10 again. I don't know why it's there. If I lose, I lose, but 6.5, give me it.
Yeah, it's 6 on DraftKings right now. And next game, Niners at Vikings. Niners -5.5, over under set at 45.5. And now I'm feeling like I'm getting trapped. Because why is this spread under a touchdown? Sam Darnold revenge game, actually, maybe that could be it. But goddamn, I'm not going to touch this one. This seems too easy. Even though the Panthers might be similar, they smoked the
Yeah.
Jets. I don't know. This seems like too much of a trap. -5.5 against Minnesota for the Niners. I'm staying away. I would take the Niners -5.5, but it seems like a trap.
I'm not gonna overthink this one. Give me the Niners -5.5. Um, I they just absolutely beat down on a what I think is going to be a solid team. I know they're at home, but they looked very well like the best team in football. I think Sam Darnold struggles. I know it's your boy,
So
but I
my
think he's
boy, I want to take the Niners, but why is this should not be a 5.5 point spread?
no. That's what I think.
CMC.
I think it's an overreaction. I think that's what I'm like. I think, but they
All
beat the
right, I'll
Giants.
join you. I'll join you on the 5.5 with the Niners.
Fusky, we're either gonna fucking rake or we're either gonna get fucking smoked this week, dude.
Hey, fuck it.
uh,
uh, Look, I took the Vikings at the Giants because I think they're a mid team, and the Giants are bottom of the barrel, right along with the Panthers.
yeah.
But this Niners defense on every single level is elite, and the Vikings are going to get a wake up call because
Yeah.
it's nothing like what they just played on both sides of the ball. I don't care if CMC plays or not. That has to be if CMC's real. They said CMC is a long shot. or Ian Rappaport said CMC is a long shot to play in week 2. If he's in the lineup, I think this line moves at least a point to 6.5, if not to 7.
Yeah.
But I still think that's short.
Yeah. Definitely.
This team is too good to be less than a touchdown favorite against Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. You talked me into it, and you didn't have to do much. So,
didn't take a whole lot of convincing.
all right. Next game, Colts at Packers. Jordan Love obviously out. Colts -3. Over under set at 40.5. I want nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, I don't want a single lick of action here. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm all set.
Next game, Bucks at Lions. Lions -7.5. Over under set at 51. I don't have a play. I would lean towards the over, but 51's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points, Fuski. 51, especially in the NFL, that is a lot of points. I lean the Lions here, -7. I'd say I lean the under just because it's a lot of points. I don't have any action here. Definitely going to be a good game, and I'm excited to watch it. But
yeah,
I got nothing officially here.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay off and watch. Next game, Jets at Titans. Jets -3.5 on the road. Over under set at 41. We got burned by the Titans last week, pretty bad. I would lean toward the Jets here, but I'm gonna sit back and wait till I see them put together a full game. They had a couple good drives. Again, lead towards the Jets minus the 3.5, 5-3, but I'm gonna lay off.
Give me the Jets -3.5. That is my play
fair
here.
play.
That is my play here. I'm nervous. I like all these spots, but I don't think there's ever been a week in my gambling life where I have taken this many favorites with the points. Laying the points, I should say.
No.
So
Yeah,
it makes me a little nervous, but
I got the dog on Thursday and then 4 favorites on Sunday.
yeah.
But hey, it's week 2.
Yep.
Things will adjust soon.
Yep.
Next game is Cleveland at Jacksonville. Jags -3, over under set at 41.5. I took the Browns last week. But I think Deshaun Watson sucks. Massive cock. And I want nothing to do with this game because I don't really believe in the Jags either.
Yeah. I would like to see how Jacksonville looks against this good Cleveland defense before I take them. I lean the Jags just because Deshaun Watson and that offense is abysmal. No Chubb. I know Jerome Ford is a pretty solid replacement, but offense is lacking. That being said, I'm gonna go under. My CBS Sports has it at 41.5. Do you have that up on DK right now?
That is correct. Under 41.5 on DK is -112.
Yeah, I'm going to play that.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not going to try to overthink too much this week, and I think this is an underplay, if anything.
Okay. Next game, Giants Commanders. What a banger.
Game of the week, baby.
Commanders at home. Over under set at 43. Commanders are -2. Similar to the Panthers, I'm just going to go the other way every time against the Giants. I'll take the Commanders on the money line, -125.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything here. I think this is an absolute freaking shitstorm. Um, and at least the Commanders lost by 3 scores, but at least they showed somewhat of a promise. Offense didn't look totally awful. Um, and the Giants suck, so I would lean that way, but I got nothing here.
Yeah, Commanders' defense is not very good. They played a good offense. The Giants don't have a good offense.
Uh-huh.
So I'm taking the better quarterback in Jaden Daniels. It only took me 1 week to know that Jaden Daniels is better than Daniel Jones. So give me the money line, short price at home,
Yeah.
divisional game. I have no faith in Giants this year. All right, 4 o'clock slate. Rams at Cardinals. Cardinals are actually favored here, -1 on DK. So pretty much a pick 'em.
Hmm.
Over under set at 48.5, -122 for the Cards, and plus 102 for the Rams on the money line. I bet the Rams last week, and if that game doesn't go to overtime, I think they cover. So I'll take the Rams on the money line here too on the road.
Yep, I got Rams. I got Rams money line.
You can take the +1 too, but I'll take the plus 102.
Yeah.
Better
At that
coached.
point, yeah, at that point, I'm probably just gonna take the +1. Just give me that last second field goal push option. I'm basically betting them to win at +1, but just give me that 1 point, little baby cushion there. You know.
Yeah, it's a 10 cent difference between money line and +1 anyway. So it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not crazy, but
Yeah. I'm not betting
I'll
a
take
thousand bucks either, so it's not like it's that much of a
yeah,
difference.
I'll take the money line. Um, I know Pook is out, but I think this Rams offense is really good. And I think the Cards offense is pretty good too, but I think Sean McVay knows how to win games if it's a shootout. So
Yep.
take the
With you
money line.
there. With you there, brother.
All right, next game. This is probably the game of the week. Bengals at Chiefs. Obviously, Bengals had a tough loss
Hmm.
at home versus the past week. The Chiefs are -5, and it's set at 47.5. I am going to kick my feet up and watch this game
Yep.
and see if Joe Burrow can bounce back. T. Higgins' status is currently unknown, but I will double check just in case. You got anything here?
No, I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm gonna sit back, watch this game. Under 48 it's definitely tempting. I think 48 is a higher number. I don't think it gets to that point, but yeah, I'm probably gonna end up sitting back and watching this one. Depending on how we do in the 1 o'clock slate, I may end up adding that. But we'll see.
Yeah, currently Jamar played last week, obviously, so expect even without a contract. And T. Higgins did not practice today, which is Wednesday, 9/11.
Yeah.
So very possible that he doesn't
Hmm.
play again. Next game in the afternoon, last game in the afternoon, Pittsburgh at Denver. Pittsburgh -2.5. Over under set at 36.5.
Yuck.
Yeah, we bet
I,
the Steelers under wins, but I'm not confident in going the other way here, so I'm gonna lay off here as well.
yeah, I'm not playing it. I mean, TJ Watt's probably gonna make Bo Nix's life miserable. Um,
I was just gonna say I'm worried about Bo
yeah,
Nix.
yeah. I mean,
If they made
dude,
Kirk look like that last week, and
you
they didn't run, the Broncos didn't run the ball,
know
so
what?
this could be bad.
You know what I'm gonna do right now?
What are you gonna do, Rich?
I'm gonna I'm gonna check something out real quick.
Fields expected to start also in week 2. FYI.
Yep,
Russ is still dealing with whatever.
I did see that. I just placed $5 on TJ Watt to win the NFL MVP.
Wow. What'd you get on odds on that?
Plus 20,000. I just think it's worth a sprinkle. I mean, I don't think the Steelers win that game without him last week. I think the
I would
Falcons end up
agree.
scoring at least another touchdown, maybe even another field goal on top of that. I don't know. It just seems if the Steelers are gonna end up going over the win total and getting a playoff spot, I think the only reason that they will do that is because of this man, which, if it's really the most valuable player, I believe that he could do it. I know it's not a defensive player award, but I think it's worth a sprinkle. That might be a dumb bet, but I think it's worth a
At
sprinkle.
that number, I do not hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't taking it for less than plus 15,000. And I know it's probably not the best bet in the world, but fuck it. I want to post this
I
ticket.
love it.
I want to post this ticket at the end of the season and say, fuck all you guys.
I love it. I would love to see a defensive player win that.
That'd be sick.
All right, final game Sunday night. Bears at Texans. Texas minus the 6. Over under set at 45.5. This is usually bad for me, but I will be on the Texans minus the 6 from jump. Another overreaction. The Bears never should have won that game. Give me Texans minus the 6 at home. Better team. Prime time. Like you said, don't overthink it. I think this is a good play.
Yeah, you said it, and I have that written down, and I'm on the Texans minus 6 as well. We are agreeing quite a bit this week, Fuski.
It could be really good, could be really bad, but let's hope for the best.
Yes, sir. I'm excited for it. I got the itch already. It's Wednesday. Game tomorrow night. College football Thursday, Friday, Saturday. NFL Sunday. Full swing, baby. Full swing. Let's go.
Oh, fucking yes. All right, that'll do it. NFL, one
Yeah.
weekend, one full weekend to the NFL. Call it 1.5 for college football, but we're back. Let's win
We are
some
back.
bets because we did not last week. Let's get back right.
Let's get back. It's a great bounce back week, Fuski. Let's get it.
Hell yes. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Follow Twitter when we put out our other picks and Instagram. We'll be back next week. All season long.
Yes, sir. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.